Harbor Bay as a symbol of Russian history. The ship's intent is to promote the next Winter Games in Sochi, Russia in 2014. With its high proud masts and white billowing sails, it will be carrying the flag and delegates of the Sochi 2014 Winter Games Organizing Committee. Today you can enjoy dinner, song, dance while aboard the cruising stern. You can imagine yourself cruising on the Black Sea, then strolling Sochi when anchored in its ports. Truthfully, the history of the ship is dark. The Circassian account is grim and bleak. The cruiser stern is a replica of the warships that would fire cannons on Circassian settlements in Sochi and all along Circassia's Black Sea coast. In October 1863, Earl Yevdokimov sent a letter to the Ministry of War stating, "Now we have to clean the coastal strip as part of our plan for the conquest of Circassia." These cannons would set Circassian villages afire, while the army would kill the villagers who fled their homes. Ships like the cruising stern would blockade the Black Sea coast to prevent any aid reaching Circassians, thereby dashing any hope and destroying any chance to survive the catastrophe perpetrated by Russia. The ship was critical in the annihilation of the Circassian people and their nation. The cruiser stern docked at the Vancouver Winter Olympics is not a symbol of goodwill. It is a direct affront to Circassians. We must not idolize a weapon to desecrate Circassians, their homes, hopes, dreams, and nation. It is the symbol of cruelty and oppression, not of peace and humanity. Today, the cruiser stern is a message from Russian leaders of the continual eradication of the Circassian existence in Sochi. The cruiser stern is a symbol of genocide.
Yistan Bilakwa. Listen, people. Listen, everyone. The speaker is the old and great mountains of the Caucasus. I want to remind you, with one of worst tragedies of all times. That day, I went toward the seashore, the seaport. Before I reached there, I met a horseman. When I saw the tears on the horseman's beard, who barely saluted me, I got mad. "This is not a thing men do," I shouted at the young guy. "Your tears are only one step ahead," the horseman said. And then he went away. That step is waiting for me. I got to a cave. The dead in the cave were about 50. If you count all the dead and the dying laying there, they were about 500. A mother with open eyes gave the soul while trying to breastfeed her baby. The baby was crying of hunger and calling his mother to breastfeed him. He was laid next to his mother's chest. That unlucky born baby, he was crying, dying of hunger. His cry made the hearts of the dying laid there people hurt more and more. In a while, the baby stopped crying. He could barely open his little eyes, and he was dead. I took my shakwa, the traditional Circassian robe, and made it a coffin for the mother and her son. As the horseman said, I saw my tears on my shakwa. There, I stood and shouted out with prayers, those who can hear me, those who can help in this crisis. All those who left the motherland, left to Turkey, suffered from plague. The most of those who left either were lost in the sea or died of diseases and was eaten by worms and insects. They were lost in strange mountains and valleys. They were settled and left there to die. Then you swear that you love our people. You will be happy if our mountaineers survive. If that was true, why the ones who can't survive are lost? Our women were gathered and chained next to Bay's fountains, whose bodies you are valueless. Why did you accept the injustice? You saw everything with our eyes. Why you didn't bother to mention or write anything about that? Once you say you are the people of Shamil. Once you say you were sent by Caliph. Once you say you were sent by God. Where do you want to take us with your lies? Beasts is what you do in life. I wonder people like you, in what khabza way should be buried. On your tomb, a big sign with snake head. When you dig the ground to put the tomb sign, the ground rejects it. Your tombs describe of what you're doing. You come from devil's origin. Fire and earth will look the same, only pains in your hell. All of what you really deserve, you become fodder for the swamp snakes. People's curse will finish you. Wickedness will end the wickedness. Those who stayed and stalled with pains, your future is blessed.
يا